What's going on, everyone? This is your guy, Pat Bernard, here with you live with the 76ers falling short to the Sacramento Kings. Their four-game winning streak comes to a halt as they lose this game to the Kings, and I'm not happy. I'm not happy. Where do you guys want to go? I mean, again, the Kings are walking around here. They have their chest hairs popped out. They got the taco meat all hanging out here. And not realizing that the 76ers don't have their most valuable player on the court. But, I could get into a shout match about the officiating down the stretch. I could really go down that avenue because it sucked. But I'm going to call it as it is. I'm going to call it how I see it. Right? What in the world was that? What in the world? Like we had our foot on their throats and we coughed it away. And we had this team on two occasions at arm's length. And yet we blow it. We blow this game. And it sucks because we were picked apart down low. Like, let's not kid ourselves. Again, without Joel Embiid on the floor and not having our big man there sucks because Sabonis picked us apart. I think he had over 20 rebounds. He had over 20 rebounds in this game. Like, that's her piece because it shows you how weak we are down low. And I don't know why Nick Nurse. Like, I got to put some of the blame on Nick Nurse. Like, and this is why, because you don't even put Drummond in. Not one time in the third. Not one time. You try to save him for the fourth. If you're going to go for him from the fourth, I expect him through the whole thing. Like, they were much better than us. Much, much better. Down low, Sabonis dominated. It was a mismatch defensively for the Sixers without Drummond on the floor. Drummond almost had himself a double-double. And I got to credit this team, the Sixers team, for getting some decent boards in the fourth. But this is not a winning formula right now. This is not a winning formula. When you're paper thin at the center position, you're going to get beat like this. If I was the Kings, I would have beat you like this. It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science. They beat you down low. Now, I want to take some positives away from this game. And like this one right here. PG and EG, Paul George and Eric Gordon from three. Totally. Both those guys, Paul George. First of all, Paul George alone. Paul George alone will pretty much carry this team. The offense ran through him. The scoring opportunities ran through him. For 4 quarters of this game. He was unreal tonight. The way he was getting boards, the way he was shooting the rock, the way he was reading the defense, the way he was making his cuts, the way he was shooting the rock from the three. I mean, he was lights out tonight. These last couple of nights, he's been ice cold. Well, tonight was his night. But again, unfortunately, whether you agree with it or not, the foul trouble got him. He was in a lot of foul trouble. A lot of foul trouble. But like I said, Paul George just did his thing, man. He really carried this team on his back tonight. 30 points for Paul George. Like I said, really, really good stuff from Paul George. 30 points. I mean, decent from the perimeter. He was. My man AP checking in this show. What's up, AP? Long time no see, my dog. He goes, Paul George has 0 points in the fourth quarter and served turnovers. Great for the three quarters of the fourth quarter. Horrendous. Yeah. And Adam, like I said, I was happy with his performance, though, overall. Shooting the rock. He was being fearless, getting some boards. Caleb Martin was getting some boards. Drummond obviously got some points. Some boards, too, with it. He had 9 boards. He was just shy of a double-double. But, losses like this shouldn't have happened. And I could, again, I just told you guys, it's not rocket science. If they had Joel Embiid on the floor, this is not even a game. This is not even a game. Other than Darren Fox putting up some points. Obviously, he had 30 himself, over 30. DeRozan being an issue. But again, it was all mismatch. It was all mismatch down low. You go Gershon and Baselli, you go, you don't have to put Drummond on the bench the entire third quarter hurt you. You're giving the opportunity. Now, here goes another one I want to bring up too. Kind of a slow start for Maxey, but the second half he was much better. Second half he was a lot more better, but he had a sluggish start in the first half. I think he only had 6 points in the first half, but he delivers in the second half. I mean, flip the script again off the pick and roll. It was amazing. Him shooting his pull-back three-pointers, him finding the cuts to the basket, him come up with some huge steals. I mean, Tyrese Maxey had a solid performance in that second half. The sluggish part in the first kind of hurt them. But, I mean, again, he definitely turned it up. He definitely turned it up in the second half. But, like I said, it sucks because of people. And, like I said, if you pull up the pie chart, the 76er fans are going to blame the officials. Look, I could blame the officials to a certain extent. Half of it's got to become on the 76ers. Half of it's got to go on to the coaching. To me, anyway. Again, kind of give me the same ultimatum that the Utah Jazz gave you, right? They're going to stick their bigs down low. They're going to put their bigs right where they need them. However, the 76ers are going to overcome that, right? And for a good, like I said, good period, for a good length of this game, they kept the Sacramento Kings at arm's length. But, the mismatch of the Kings over the 76ers became too much. Eric Gordon did well. He had 14 points off the bench. Okay, I'll give you that. I'm excited for that. But again, and Caleb Martin he's been a little bit more aggressive. And by the way, he may have the ugliest form jumper in the world. when his feet kick out, that's got to be the ugliest form. But anyway, he's been playing a little better. The he's been more aggressive down low, but still, it was you saw it, right? You just saw the two different worlds with what the Kings were bringing to you, what the Sixers could not provide. Again, the only hope they had down low was when Drummond was in the game. When Drummond was in. But that's still not enough. It wasn't enough. And you gave this Kings team breathing room. Breathing room. Where the 76ers team couldn't keep their foot on the gas pedal and just put them away. So, I don't know, man. They could have been playing a lot better. They could have played a lot better tonight. They let the Kings hang around. This is what happens. Snake bite. I mean, the 76ers looked like they were shooting well from the perimeter in that second half. But come on, man. It sucks. I thought the 76ers were going to walk out of this no problem. Like I said, Paul George really put this game on his back for the 76ers, carried the load, if you will. Tyrese Maxey helped out tremendously, had 25 points. And I don't know who the mom was on the sidelines. She was screaming at some. She looked like she was screaming at Maxey for a little bit. But this was your biggest problem in this game. This was the biggest problem, and it caught up, in tonight's game. The mismatch down low that the Kings had versus the 76ers. And again, paper thin, as I keep on saying for now a couple of weeks. Paper thin at that center position. Paper thin. I love Gershon, but it's just not enough at the 5. It's not enough. You need defense down low. The big man game is still providable. If you guys are just checking in the show forum, you guys want to chime in the show, please do. I know it's a late night game. I know a lot of people on the east side is probably sleeping, but if you are watching the 76ers game, please chime into the show. I'd love to hear from you. But like I said, I'm going to – there's a lot of pluses and minuses you could take away from this game. Pluses, Paul George was excellent, making up for the last 2 games of being ice cold. Tyrese Maxey flipping the script in a second. Like I said, Tyrese Maxey played really, really well in the second. Come up with some steals. Shooting well in the pick and roll situations. Making nice cuts. Come up with some nice floaters. Hit the pullback 3. You name it. He was doing his game. But outside of that, man, I mean, look, it's pretty bad when Eric Gordon is your third leading goal scorer on the night. This team did not have KyleLowry in the game. They did not have Joel Embiid. They were giving some other guys to shine. Guys like Ricky Council, it was his time to shine. Ricky Council looked like he got popped in the mouth tonight during the game. Looked like he got popped in the mouth. Had some blood. But again, Darren Fox dropping 35. And DeRozan just doing his thing. Again, the mismatch. I'm always going to go back to that. Sabonis being a complete mismatch for that 76ers team. Like I said, 21 rebounds. 21. That dude was a monster. It would definitely be a definite outcome with Joel Embiid. He's not getting over 23 boards. Trust me, he's not getting over 23 boards with Joel Embiid on the floor. So this is going to lead me into my grades of the game. I'm going to give the 76ers, I'll give them a B. I think that's fair. I think giving the 76ers tonight's performance a B. If they would have held on, they would have given them a B+. Just the fact that they let this Kings team come back and fight them down to the wire and eventually run away with this game. I got to give that's the part that hurts the 76ers. But again, Paul George being a monster. Tyrese Maxey was a sluggish start, but really shifting gears in that second half was really a big plus. Eric Gordon shooting better from the perimeter helped out this team. Drummond almost getting a double-double tonight. That helped. He got 10 points off the bench. That helped. But I think that Nick Nurse needs to start with Drummond. He should have started with Drummond. I get it. They want to shoot the lights out from the perimeter. I get it. You can see that's the 76ers we're looking for. Guys that shoot the lights out from the perimeter. And when they did make their cuts, and they did make some good cuts with Tyrese Maxey and Paul George, obviously those guys showing no fear taking that rock to the net. But other than that, now you need some other things to happen. But before I go to my MVP of this game is going to be Paul George. I thought he was just amazing throughout the course of this game. So let's go over the NBA scores real fast. And here you go. Here goes your scores of the night. Pistons. Whoa. The Pistons pulling out the upset over the Magic, winning 105-96. The Wizards with the upset, winning 125-107 over the Bulls. The Heat winning 119 or 108 over the Pelicans. The Knicks winning 119-103 over the Utah Jazz. The Raptors winning 130-113 over the Nets. Your game of the night. The Rockets winning 110-99 over the Dallas Mavericks. Dallas Mavericks facing a two-game losing streak right now. The Nuggets, another good game right here. The Nuggets winning 139-120 over the Hawks. And your 76ers falling short, 113-107 to the Sacramento Kings. And that would be so a couple upsets in there tonight. But like I said, my MVP of the night, Paul George. Paul George was really just making up for a lack of effort the last couple of games. Just being fearless, getting boards. He almost got a double-double of getting boards. Tyrese Maxey just looked amazing. He's played very, very well in the second half. Really cranked things up. Excellent three-point play from Eric Gordon tonight. giving you 14 points. But to me, like I said, the big mistake falls on Nick Nurse tonight. That's where I think Drummond should have had some more time. I get it. He's a seasonal vet. I get that. But I definitely believe he should have got some more time. %. Think he should have got way more time. And this is where I put the blame game on Nick Nurse a little bit. KyleLowry only. This is where I give Nick Nurse's power to. Tip my hat. He gave his boy a little bit. Didn't give him much time. I mean, looked like Nick Nurse. I mean, looked like KyleLowry was in street clothes by the start of the fourth. That's where I'll give him. That's where I tip my cap at. But I mean, look, give credit to Sacramento Kings now. Right, heading into this game, they lost 6 out of 7 games. But now the Sacramento Kings put away the Dallas Mavericks. Now they put away the 76ers, and the 76ers were walking in here with a 4-game winning streak. Now, granted, like I said, you have to be reminded that they did not have KyleLowry. They didn't have Joel Embiid, the most important X factor to all this. So, yes, King fans, go out there and celebrate. Just remember, when you're riding home from the game, you didn't have Joel Embiid on the floor. Just remember that. Just remember that. You didn't have Joel Embiid on the floor tonight. And it was like the. But I mean, I guess I shouldn't use that as an excuse, because the 76ers had, on a couple occasions, put the Sacramento Kings at arm length. But again, the rebound, Sabonis was the big X factor tonight. Sabonis was the big X factor for the Kings. Over 20 rebounds. But anyway, guys, listen, this is your guy, Pat Bernard, give you the Nothing But Net post-game show right here on the Stream Punk Entertainment. If you like what you saw, hit the subscribe button right there on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook. We're right there for you guys. All right, guys, thank you so much. I'm your boy, Pat Bernard. This has been a great edition of the Nothing But Net podcast. Stay tuned, since it's now the next day. You have, at 4 o'clock today, you have Fly Like an Eagles podcast with Mitch Kukowski. And then at 10 o'clock tonight, you'll have, for the post-game show for the Sixers, you'll have Steve back on. And for the Flyers, you'll have me. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Have a great night.